Now at 10, the FDA gives the thumbs up to mix and match COVID-19 boosters. Plus, a new study shows Crawford County needs more child care. We're going to hear from some of the people the shortage affects. And a guilty plea from the shooter who killed 17 people at a Florida high school in 2018.
Starts now.
The Biden administration is preparing for the authorization of the Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11 as the FDA gives the green light to booster shots for the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
The FDA has authorized booster doses of the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines and also the mix and match strategy for booster shots. In the coming weeks, the federal health agencies will also consider authorization of the COVID-19 vaccine for children ages 5 to 11, and the White House is gearing up.
We have secured vaccine supply to vaccinate every child ages 5 through 11.
Once the FDA and CDC sign off, the White House COVID response team says its distribution plan will target kid-friendly spaces, including more than 25,000 pediatric and primary care provider sites, as well as hospitals, pharmacies, and schools. Supplies will also include smaller needles, and the administration says it will launch a campaign to educate parents.
We will make sure that we are reaching parents in their language and through the people they trust.
The administration's health officials say more than 2 out of 3 eligible Americans are now fully vaccinated as more employers step up their vaccine requirements. New York City announced it's requiring police officers, firefighters, and EMTs to get their first dose by October 29th or be put on unpaid leave.
We are here to keep you safe so you can keep everyone else safe.
But some first responders, such as this firefighter from Washington State, are choosing to resign instead of comply with vaccine mandates.
I'm wrapping up my last shift after 20 years.
The CDC says unvaccinated people are more than 18 times more likely to end up in the hospital and 11 times more likely to die. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
As for the next steps regarding booster shots for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, the CDC has to still weigh in. The agency's advisory committee is scheduled to meet and vote tomorrow. Doug Hetty, a bit cooler out there, but not too bad.
Now a cold front rolled through as we worked into the late afternoon into the evening hours, but ahead of it, it turned out to be a pretty good day. 71, we started at 58, average high is 69 degrees. We did have a lot of clouds through the day, but they broke up and we got some sunshine during the evening hours. All the clouds are rolling out of here, so we look good. Clear skies across the Central Plains, and that's what we're going to see tonight. And then again, as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow, we are cooling down. You can see in southwestern Missouri still in the 60s. Then you travel a little bit farther northwest, we're down to 52 in Yates Center, and most of us will bottom out mid 40s later on tonight. So let's say about 46 degrees, 55 by 10, 64 by noon. A great Thursday. Mostly sunny skies, high temp of 67. However, thunderstorms back in the forecast. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
Catch you then. Starting Sunday, Southeast Kansans and Southwest Missourians will have to use 10-digit phone numbers to make calls. Last year, the FCC approved 988 as the abbreviated number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That means that any area code that uses the 988 prefix in telephone numbers is mandated to adopt 10-digit dialing. That includes the 417 and 620 area codes. So when you make a call to one of those area codes starting Sunday, make sure you include the area code or that call will not go through. The Women, Infants, and Children program in Missouri is increasing the cash value benefit on some products. The program announced today that the benefit from the fruit and vegetable purchases would increase to $24 a month for children, $43 a month for pregnant and postpartum mothers, and $47 a month for breastfeeding mothers. Eligible participants should contact their local WIC office to schedule an appointment to load the additional funds on their eWIC card before November 1st to avoid delay. New study says Crawford County doesn't have enough child care options. This study was conducted by Girard's Greenbush Education Service Center in conjunction with Pittsburgh's Family Resource Center. shows Crawford County's child care capacity for infants and toddlers has not kept up with demand. Officials with Greenbush and the Family Resource Center have been presenting the findings to city and county leaders and say meeting Crawford County's child care demands is essential to growing the economy and community. A Pittsburgh dad who had to wait around 2 years to get his kids off a child care waiting list agrees.
I would love to see more places open, and just like more places like the center, because the center is really they do really good. They love the kids. They teach them everything. If they had more places like this, it would be absolutely amazing.
If you'd like to take a look at the Crawford County Child Care Needs Study, check out the link in this story on KOAMnewsnow.com. Brings us to today's KOAM News Now Instapoll. We're asking, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the child care shortage in your community? You can participate in the poll at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to check in on the final results at the end of this newscast. Still ahead, a decades-old Missouri cold case is getting a closer look. And confessed Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz pleads guilty to all charges stemming from the February 2018 massacre at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. We'll tell you what's next. A notorious cold case that's haunted parts of the Midwest for decades is getting another major look. The St. Charles, Missouri Police Department has released a new age-enhanced sketch of the I-7035 serial killer. Authorities say this man was responsible for a 3-day, 29-day killing spree back in 1992. He's reported to be between 5'7" and 5'9". Police believe he is now between 52 and 70 years old. Next month, the St. Charles Police Department is scheduled to meet with all of the agencies involved in the case, including the FBI and the ATF. Profilers believe the I-7035 serial killer came from the Indianapolis area. The killer got his nickname because most of his victims worked near Interstate 70. Confessed Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz today pled guilty to all charges stemming from the February 2018 massacre at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. A jury will still decide whether to sentence Cruz to death or life in prison. Myra Villarreal reports from outside the courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, where the shooter apologized to the victims.
Family members of Parkland school shooting victims wiped away tears inside a Florida courtroom moments before the gunman, Nicholas Cruz, apologized for the massacre.
I am very sorry for what I did, and I have to live with it every day. And that if I were to get a second chance, I will do everything in my power to try to help others.
The 23-year-old pleaded guilty to all charges, including murder and attempted murder.
Do you understand that you are giving up your right to appeal?
The judge asked him a long list of questions to confirm he was mentally competent to make the decision.
Do you understand that after today, when I accept your plea, you are stuck with your decision and you cannot change it? It will be too late.
I understand.
14 students and 3 staffers were killed in the attack at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in February 2018, making it the deadliest high school shooting in U.S. history.
We just do the best we can to get through each day, but each day is very, very painful. Some days like today are especially painful.
Tony Montalto's 14-year-old daughter, Gina Rose, was among the victims. He called the shooter's statement ridiculous.
He's doing it for our families. If you wanted to do something for our families, you shouldn't have killed our loved ones.
A penalty trial will determine whether the gunman will be sentenced to life in prison or death. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
The judge scheduled that sentencing trial with new jurors to begin in January. Later, we're going to look at reports that Facebook will change its name and how the plan plays into the metaverse.
Plus, it looks like some thunderstorms back in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up next. It definitely turned out to be a beautiful Wednesday for us once again. Now, we did have a lot of clouds late morning into the early afternoon as a cold front rolled through, but still temperatures fantastic, right around 70 throughout the day. So you can't beat that. Hope you got a chance to see the moon last night. We had those clouds and it would just kind of illuminate through the sky, but we're still going to pretty much have full moon once again tonight. So it looks great once again. Great time lapse, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo's just on the west side, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Temps are starting to drop back, still 60s southwestern Missouri, and then we hit 50s, mid 50s, lower 50s as some cooler air is working in behind that cold front. It's not really cold, it's more like a cooler front, but it will cool us back down as we go into the overnight hours tonight. We'll drop back into the mid 40s. All the cold air is staying north. You can see Sioux City at 38, 30 in Rapid City, 35 in North Platte. The bulk of that cold air will stay across the northern plains, but it's going to be kind of chillier outside. By the morning hours, we'll be down 45, 46 degrees. Right now, it's 59. Westerly winds at about 5 to 10. Humidity is at 78%. And again, we'll drop back mid 40s later on tonight. But any clouds, any showers we had earlier today, these are all gone. We had a few random little showers pop up late this afternoon. We have clear skies now, really the entire Central Plains. We're seeing clear skies behind this weak system. You can see it spinning right across the northern parts of Minnesota. Now, if we look west, there's not a lot going on through the Rockies. This is our weather the next couple days, and then we'll tap into that system by the time we head into Saturday and Sunday, giving us chances for showers and thunderstorms back into the forecast. Tonight, though, is fine. Clear, kind of a crisp fall night, mid 40s for overnight lows. Some areas may drop back 43, 44. We'll say 46 in the morning. Northerly winds through the day. Look up top. You can see plenty of sunshine. 62 by noon. Then a high temp right around 67. Those north winds at about 5 to 10. So a great day. Everybody will be into the 60s, maybe upper 60s once you get into our western counties. Tomorrow night, a few clouds will stream in. Partly cloudy skies as we go through tomorrow night into Friday morning, but the clouds are gone by Friday morning. We'll still start into the 40s, but we'll see plenty of sunshine once again on Friday. I think by afternoon we'll be into the mid 70s, so Friday is going to be a great day. Let's move to Friday evening. So we'll stop at 8 p.m. High school football. Look at this. Temperatures into the mid 60s, so great evening for high school football on Friday evening. Now Friday night, clouds increase. Look at the scattered thunderstorms increasing. This is late Friday night, early Saturday morning. Warm front lifts through. Some of these storms, they could be strong, probably not severe, but some of those could be on the strong side Saturday morning. Then the front lifts into our northern counties by Saturday afternoon. So most of the storms just north of us, but our northern counties will have a chance for some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms. So we're going to focus on that as we go through the next couple days and heading into the weekend. But tomorrow looks great. Friday looks great. 79 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday, some scattered thunderstorms again. But I will guarantee you 75% of the weekend is going to be nice. So even if you have outdoor activities, we may be dodging some storms, but majority of it looks pretty good.
You're guaranteeing?
I guarantee
75% of the weekend?
Yes.
All right, that's good enough for me. Thanks, Doug. The Senate is calling on Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg to testify on the impact Instagram has on kids and teens. It comes after congressional testimony from a Facebook whistleblower who highlighted the damage the app can have on mental health and body image, especially among young girls. The Wall Street Journal reported last month that leaked documents show Instagram's parent company, Facebook, has been researching these effects for years. But lawmakers say leaders at the company have hidden information and declined to directly answer questions about it. A major change on the horizon for Facebook. The company behind the social media network is about to undergo a corporate refresh. Tech publication The Verge reports Facebook plans to rebrand itself with a new name focused on the metaverse. Jen Sullivan has a closer look at what the metaverse is and why some content creators are hesitant about the name switch.
Facebook is reportedly about to give itself a new name, according to The Verge. It's expected to announce the rebrand next week as the tech giant works to fend off a scandal and mounting criticism from regulators.
Whether positive, negative, or otherwise, the associations with the Facebook app are hard to distinguish from a company that has ambitions to represent much more than that.
And content creators are anxiously waiting to find out how the possible changes may impact them.
This is not just a small change, this is a huge change.
Business owners like Julie Alma Taveras, who relies on the platform to find clients, are bracing to pivot.
The fact that they are planning on changing and it's becoming a whole different business model altogether is definitely something that I don't think anybody will essentially be prepared for.
Facebook also owns Instagram and WhatsApp. Brand strategist Jake Hancock says the name change could position the three platforms under an umbrella brand, similar to Google's structure, which sits under parent company Alphabet.
For Facebook, that's going beyond social media and getting into the metaverse. I think this is more about broadening expectations of a company than overcoming reputational concerns.
Back in August, Facebook launched a beta version of Horizon Workrooms, a virtual reality workspace for team meetings. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has said he sees Facebook's future in the virtual reality metaverse, which combines virtual and augmented reality in a new online realm. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Facebook is expected to announce the new name next week at their annual Connect conference on October 28th. Health officials note a rise in symptoms of Tourette syndrome reported around the world, mostly among teen girls. According to the Wall Street Journal, researchers say the social media app TikTok could be to blame. Many of the girls reporting new tics shared an interest in watching TikTok videos from influencers with Tourette's. These reports soared in recent months. Experts say many of the same girls also had a history of anxiety or depression. Coming up in sports, the Pitt State men's cross-country team aims to make history this weekend at the MIAA Championships. And Webb City softball returns to the state quarterfinals where they'll face the Rolla Bulldogs tomorrow night. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
The Missouri Southern Lions are feeling pretty good right now, coming off back-to-back wins over Lincoln and Central Missouri. Southern is now 3-4 overall this season, which is already the most wins for the program since 2014. Now this weekend, the Lions hit the road to Emporia State in Week 8, aiming to get back to 500 and get their winning streak to 3 games. Now this young Southern team is starting to get some momentum and build some confidence, coming off back-to-back wins for the first time in 7 years.
I just feel like we're at a point where we're starting to realize what we actually can do, and we're coming together. It's a lot of guys on the team that's been through rebuilding. Every week we come with a new energy that if we come hard every week, we're going to make something happen, and that's the energy we've been keeping.
I think when you start to get rewarded for your hard work, it's easy to continue the hard work. It's made them hungrier. I think seeing how close we are, they're really putting in the extra effort to get us over the hump.
The Webb City Cardinals are back in the Missouri Class 4 state softball bracket. The Cardinals earned a district title last Friday over McDonald County to keep their hopes for a state title alive. Now, Webb City will now play in those quarterfinals tomorrow night, hitting the road to face the Rolla Bulldogs. Now, the Cardinals head into this one with a 17-12 record, while Rolla is 29-8. Now, Webb City is no stranger to the bright lights of the playoffs. It's a senior-heavy team, with most of them having played in the state championship game a year ago.
It's very good to know that a lot of our team did get to experience that taste of state, and it's good to know that they have that desire to go back out, that we're not settling, that we want to get back there because we know what it takes and we're here to do it. So it's good to know that we have that going along with us. We have some studs on our team. Everybody from whatever position, Emily at third, Peyton at short, our outfield can stop any ball they have. Whatever you have, Lauren can dig a ball at first. We have excellent hitters on our team. We know that we're all together and we're all good and we rely on each other. We aren't worried about ourselves. We know that we can rely on our team. So it's just awesome having that confidence in each other.
The Pittsburgh State Gorillas will hit the road to Kearney, Nebraska tomorrow for the MIAA Cross Country Championships. Now, on the men's side, has a chance to be a special trip for the Gorillas. Fresh off back-to-back first-place finishes to close out the regular season, Pitt State is hoping to bring back its first ever MIAA Cross Country title.
This has not been an overnight thing for these guys. This is something they've been thinking about when they go to bed every night, when they're training every day. They've been thinking about it for the past couple of years, knowing that it would be a pretty special thing to make that first one ever happen.
We don't have just a set guy who's going to go out there and just win the meet. I mean, we have guys that we think could have a chance at winning an individual conference championship. We don't have that low stick like some teams do. So our mentality is we're going to kill you by just running together and grouping up and packing up. And so when we start off, we look around, we find our 5 or 6 guys that are supposed to be in our group. We're supposed to hit a time goal, and we go out together. And then we're trying to pass people in groups of 2, 3, 4, 5. And when we're passing people in groups of 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, that just really kills people's spirit instead of just trying to one-on-one everybody.
And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Let's get a final look at today's KOAM News Now Instapoll. We're asking, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the childcare shortage in your community? And a lot of people think, yeah, not too good. The average audience rating, an 8. This poll is now closed. Thank you for participating. A new event studio is now open in Joplin. Journey Through Slime today hosted a ribbon cutting. The business offers a slime making studio for sensory-focused events and an ice cream shop.
You can come with your family and hang out, have fun, just chill. You can come and just eat ice cream. We have 5 kids between the 2 of us, so it's a fun family environment, and that's what we hope to bring to our community, is a new family experience.
Journey Through Slime Event Studio is at 2310 South Main Street in Joplin. What could be more fun for kids than ice cream and slime? Our Science editor, Stephanie, pointed out that if you go there, you might want to have some paper towels because potentially there could be some drips in there.
That's true.
But a lot of fun.
That's very true, yes.
Weather looking pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's going to be a little bit chilly for us tonight as we drop back into the mid-40s for overnight lows. 67 tomorrow, so a great day, 74 on Friday. High school football weather into the 60s, perfect. But then some thunderstorm chances by the weekend.
Final sports note.
That's what I like to hear, 60s for Friday night football. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas on the road this weekend at Missouri Western. We'll hear from the Gorillas right here tomorrow at 6.
Loving that. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget our morning show, and let's make it a great tomorrow.